Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another video I'd like to share with you today. It is put out by the channel Growing Deer TV. I ran across this and it caught my attention because it talks about nutrition versus genetics, and I see this on my property all the time. On this channel, they go to the University of Mississippi and they did a study. And this is from, I think it was 6 years ago. They went and the people in the southern part of the state were wondering why they don't have deer that are as big as in the northern part of the state or northwestern part of the state, wherever it was. Okay, and these guys were bringing in these bigger deer from other areas with, thinking it was genetics. Big deer, going to produce big deer. So once they did the study, they took some deer from that northern part, they took some deer from the middle part where the soil is, medium, and then they took some from the southern part where it's all sand, okay, and it's a lot of pine trees and that type of stuff growing in the sand. So how does that relate to Wisconsin? Well, in northern Wisconsin where I hunt in Marinette County, it's all sand up there. Everywhere I dig, it's sand. So it doesn't matter how much lime, fertilizer, or whatever you put in your soil. You would have to bring in, a couple dump truck loads full of manure maybe to make it better soil. You're still planting in sand. In this study, they took deer from the north, the middle, and the south, and they brought them together and they put them in a enclosed area by the university, I assume, wherever it was. They get into it in the video, but they started feeding them all the exact same food, minerals, whatever, So they were all being fed exactly the same. So after 1 year, they didn't see a whole lot of difference, okay? But after 2 years, they already saw a significant change. By 3 years, the ones from the poor soil area caught up to the ones from the north, the good soil areas. So what they arrived at in this study is it's not the genetics, okay? There's big bucks in the south, there's big bucks in the north, there could be big bucks up in northern Wisconsin. We know there's big bucks out in western Wisconsin. And they proved this in this study. So I guess the question is, the area that you hunt, are you going to find big bucks there? And yes, some people think, a nice 8-pointer, that's a big buck. And it is, because they never see anything bigger, But you go out to the western part of the state, and this is not a big buck, Some areas in Minnesota, some areas in Iowa, this is not a big buck, And so, relating this to Wisconsin, I went and looked up a few websites, and I'm going to share those with you. And I'm going to put the links all in the description below here. And so you can go look them up yourself, and in your area you can tell how many big deer have been shot in your area over the past whenever these records started. The oldest one up in Marinette County was 1947 that it was recorded. Okay, you'll see a big difference. So what I did is I compared Marinette County to Buffalo County, because I know Buffalo County is the big county in Wisconsin where all the big bucks are shot. Okay. And in my video there, I'll show you the difference in the numbers. And so you need to go on there and look up your county and see, you might be sitting out there waiting for that big 30-pointer, and it ain't coming, because they ain't there on your property. They ain't going to be there. So I guess my point is, watch these couple of clips that I have, and I'm going to show you some genetics that we have up north. Hopefully you can go watch this other guy's video and make your own conclusions. Let's start with the video. It's from Growing Deer TV, and it's called Whitetail Bucks, Antler Size and Genetics, Fact or Fiction. So I'm going to put a link in the comments below. This is a good one to watch. It has a video from the University of Mississippi about the difference between genetics or nutrition, and it's actually a good one to watch. It was made, I believe it was 6 years ago, 2015 it was put out. But it's a good one to watch, and it will answer a lot of your questions on why you're not seeing bigger bucks in your area. Let's talk about genetics. So these two deer, the one on the right was from 2019. The one on the left was from this year, 2021. Now, if you look at the shape of these racks, they're very similar. So if I was willing to put money down on this, I would say the one on the right is the father of the one on the left. Now, the difference between these two is this one's probably a 4 or 5-year-old buck, where this one here is maybe a 2 or 3-year-old buck. If this deer shows up next year or the year after, and it starts getting this split in its tine, you'll definitely know that it's from the same bloodlines. So when we're talking about genetics, that's what we're talking about. Is this younger deer looks just like its father, okay? Just like you look like your father. The genetics really has nothing to do with the size of the deer. So in northern Wisconsin, this deer on the right here, in my intro, you saw other pictures of this deer. He's a pretty nice looking deer, and that's probably as big as he's going to get. You'll probably not see him again. And I haven't seen him again. I haven't had any more photos of him except for 2019. So what I'm getting at here is in northern Wisconsin, if you get a 3 or 4-year-old deer and it's got a pretty darn nice rack on it, you might as well shoot it because you're probably never going to see it again, and it's not going to get a whole lot bigger. And I have the proof of that. I will show you that in a minute here. I have another clip of a website, and in the website I will show you how I know this based on the numbers themselves for the deer shot in Wisconsin. Let's go look at the next clip of two different deer that I have that I also believe are from the same genetics. Here's the other two deer I was talking about. Now these are the ones that I refer to as basket racks. You've probably heard me refer to them in some of my other videos. They are basically, I call them basket racks because their main beams usually curve around and come together in the middle. I have some pictures of some over the years where the points are almost touching each other in the middle. They grow so tight together. So I call those basket racks. And as they get a little bigger, they don't look so much like a basket anymore, but these two are what I would call a basket rack, okay? Now you can tell on these pictures that these two deer have almost the same rack on them. So that's what I'm calling genetics. This deer on the right here is from 2019. He very possibly could be the father of this one on the left. Again, like the other one, I never saw this buck again after 2019. And now all of a sudden this one shows up this year. So I have to assume that they're from the same bloodline, you know. I'm sure this one's long gone, this 8-pointer on the right. Um, and I have not seen the one on the left yet sitting in my stand. So what I'm getting at here is that's the genetics, okay? The deer come out, they look the same, they have the same type of rack. As far as how big they get, that'll come in this next little clip here. I'm going to put the link in the description below. It is called wisconsinbuckandbear.org. Let's go on to this other clip and I can explain it a little better. So this is the Wisconsin Buck and Bear Club website. So all you have to do here is you can look up your county. They have select class, which is typical, non-typical. They have method, bow, crossbow, gun, pickup. Not sure why they have pickup. You know, you can put in points minimum, points maximum, year max, if you know that stuff. But all I want to really do is show you the counties. Okay, so we're hunting in Marinette County, so we're going to look up Marinette County. And we hit search. So Marinette County, the biggest buck ever shot in Marinette County, according to this website, is 210 3/8 back in 1947. I mean, that's a nice deer. So what I want to show you here is if I go to a different county, the difference you're going to see. And what the difference is if you look here at the records, so it's one of five. They're showing you one of five, or 125, I should say, of 218. There's only 218 records in Marinette County. So let's go over to Buffalo County, which I did the research earlier. So I know Buffalo County is one of the biggest counties in Wisconsin. Let's go over to Buffalo County. So Buffalo County, the biggest deer shot in 1973 was 253. That's a really nice deer. But then you look up here and you have the records 1 to 5 of 1,692. Big difference in how many record deer have been recorded from Buffalo County to the 200 and something that was recorded in Marinette County. The point I'm getting at here is what the guy talked about in this Mississippi study holds true for every state. Okay, there's good areas of the state, there's bad areas of the state, and then there's areas that are in between. So up in Marinette County, it doesn't matter how much lime or fertilizer you put down, you're still planting your brassicas in sand. The soil is not very good up there in Marinette County. You go out to Buffalo County, there's more egg probably, the soil is better, everything is better out there, and that's why they have the bigger deer. And that's the point I'm trying to get at here. I mean, we can do stuff up there. We can plant, you know, our food plots and our brassicas and, you know, other stuff, beans if you want to plant. But what they're getting at in that video is the nutrition factor. Because we don't have good soil and stuff, our nutrition up there is not anywhere near what the nutrition deer are getting out in the western part of the state. I think no matter what state you're in, you could go on there and find areas where there's going to be much better, much bigger sized deer than other areas of the same state. To me, it doesn't matter. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa. I'm sure there's areas in Iowa that aren't as good as, you know, other areas, you know. I mean, Wisconsin's got some really nice deer up here in certain areas. Other areas, there aren't that many. There are, you know, and this is what shows it. So, you know, have fun with this. What I noticed here, though, is you're not going to get to, you know, 5 through 10 unless you sign up and you know, become a member. But at least they show you enough here that you can do a little bit of research on what counties have the biggest deer. From my research, I'm pretty sure Buffalo County is the top county in Wisconsin. I'm sure there's other counties nearby, you know, Buffalo, around that same area that are just as good. You know, Richland County is out that way, Trempealeau. There's a bunch of counties out there where they shoot some pretty nice looking deer. So I guess that's it for this one. You know, go ahead and take a look at this and see what your county shows for how many deer and how many are recorded, and that'll tell you whether you're looking for something that's not there or not. So that's why I say if you're up Marinette County and you got a nice 8-pointer walking around on your property, you probably should shoot it, because that's probably it for that deer. So I hope you liked this video. As always, you know, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Go watch this other guy's video. Watch the University of Mississippi's video, and if you can do something better or not. I know Wisconsin has some strict rules about baiting, putting out salt licks, you know, that type of stuff. So you gotta know your rules. Don't get caught if you are baiting or doing whatever. But that's not all of it. It's the stuff they're eating. You know, up Marinette County, all they're eating is acorns and twigs. There's nothing there for them to eat. There are, in my area, there's hardly no egg at all. There's nothing. There's a little bit. Guy horse farmer next to me, he just planted a field of something out there, you know, so there's a little bit here and there, but they're not like other areas, you know. Enjoy these videos. We'll catch you next time.